Hello chat. This video is going to be a response to the comments I received in my latest video, which was titled The Tobuscus Situation. That video received a fair bit of criticism, but I'd like to go ahead and make a response to sort of explain myself and my thought process when making the video. I'll go through step by step, first talking about the critical comments and then moving on to the more positive ones. I'll begin with these two comments, since they both cover the first thing I'd like to address. Joshua Butcher P1X says, "Bro, you made a clickbait thumbnail and half-assed the assignment. You can barely talk while playing, and seemingly scared of making your own script. Also, your description is word salad. Learn some writing etiquette." Matt M. Millie 8287 says, "Not a space to be found in your rambling schizo description for video." Smiling emoji. So Joshua mentioned a few topics I'd like to cover, but I'll lump in Matt's comment to address the first one I'd like to discuss, which is my rambling schizo description for the video. Before I fully get into that, however, Joshua, if you're going to criticize other people's writing etiquette, at least try to make your writing also readable. Bro, you made a clickbait thumbnail and half-assed the assignment. Period. You can barely talk while playing, and you are seemingly scared of making your own script. Also, your description is word salad. Please learn some writing etiquette. The please isn't necessarily grammatical, but it is polite, so maybe next time, let's throw that in. Allow me to draft you one last bit of advice, Joshua. If you're going to complain about someone else's grammar, please don't out yourself as a hypocrite by constructing a poorly written response while thinking that having good punctuation is enough to make you feel smart. The way I write my descriptions, and admittedly most of my writing outside of bullshit like this, is through a conversational lens, i.e., the way I'd speak it. Obviously, I try to keep it a little more formal given the context, but, with YouTube, it's whatever. The point I'm making boils down to this. Despite grammar or punctuation being a little awkward or even wrong, in my opinion, as long as the flow of the words is still smooth, and you understand it, the writing is fine. When you have run-on sentences, or write like Matt, schizo description for video, the meaning can be a little difficult to parse. I've since edited the description to include line breaks in the spots where it felt good to place. I'm not going to get into it here, but I'll place the paragraph on screen, and you can pause if you'd like to read it. I leave out commas and other punctuation at times, but I still think, in general, the diction reads fine without them. The supposed writing etiquette that Joshua is criticizing is likely referencing my lack of punctuation and capitalization, but it's still quite silly that the dude called me out on my writing just for his response to also include mistakes, and in my opinion pretty big ones too, like his big run-on sentence, or the random omission of the word r/you/are. As for Matt, I think the dude might be a little lost. I'm not really sure what he meant by no spaces, so I added the line breaks in case that's what he meant, but I'm still pretty unsure. I left him a cheeky note in the edit, but that's all I really have to say on that front. In the future, I'm going to stick to how I've been writing my descriptions. I'll start adding line breaks to make reading them a little more bearable for those that are interested, but ultimately, I don't really give a shit. I write my descriptions not really expecting anybody to read them, and I was honestly pretty surprised that the first two comments I received were about the description. Next, I'll address the elephant in the room. Yes, the Tobuscus video was shameless, low-effort clickbait. I went into it during my video, which, if you haven't already watched it, don't. It's not good. It's a nothing burger, and a complete waste of your time. So, unless you like me and want to hear me ramble aimlessly for 15 minutes, you'd be better sitting that one out. However, if you are interested, I would recommend watching the Nomad or Chazington videos if you want to hear more about Tobuscus. But if you're wanting to watch a video by me that I'm actually proud of making, take a look at my VR chat video, but I'll get into that a bit later. So I don't normally edit my videos, but I had a feeling that because of the context surrounding it, this video had a chance of blowing up, so I decided to put in some little edits. Additionally, my vision for the thumbnail and title was already pretty clickbaity in my mind, so I at least wanted to leave a little bit of a good impression on the viewer. The clickbait was intentional, but I didn't really think it was gonna get as many views as it did, and I actually posted the video with A/B testing for the titles. Take a look at them if you're interested. I usually do this type of A/B testing where one video title is going to be the obvious winner while the other two are just straight bullshit. In this case, the title is more of a testament that you fuckers will click on anything that has situation in the title. But we do have to give the thumbnail a little bit of credit. I'm still not really sure what Toby was thinking when he posted that image. My friend had sent that one into our group chat, and I don't have threads, so I can't really see what the masses were talking about in the comments. I have a good idea, but I'll get into that with a different comment. I'll end this thought by saying this. I apologize if you were clickbaited by this video and didn't enjoy it. And now I'm going to reel back my apology with my next statement. You guys click on the worst slop imaginable. There was no chance ever that a video titled The Tobuscus Situation was going to be illuminating in any sort of way, especially if you already know what Tobuscus has been up to for the past few years. The dude is deranged, and the video is honestly nothing more than a, hey, look at this washed up YouTuber we all watched when we were younger. In essence, I'm not going to apologize for clickbaiting. I will, however, apologize for not being very well spoken, which leads me to my next point, allowing me to introduce the next comment I'd like to discuss. While I'm not quite finished addressing Joshua's comment, this next comment touches on a similar piece of criticism, so I'll lump it in now. _XDS_ says, if you're not going to write a script, give yourself bullet points at the minimum, lol. And maybe don't have literally the first thing you say be, click off this and watch the Better Made video that actually talks about what this video is titled. Very well said, Mr. XDS. Before I get into my response, I want to make a quick note. I think XDS is trying to provide genuine constructive criticism without attempting to come across as superior like Joshua did. I appreciate this kind of comment a lot, and I think the guy deserves huge praise. Joshua's comment received 15 likes, while XDS's comment received none. Only as I write this script did I decide to like it, because honestly, when I first read it, I was a little butthurt. But looking back though, I don't think XDS was really trying to be any sort of way about it. He just stated his thoughts on how to make the video better, and what he would have liked to see. So, I respect the fuck out of that. Anyway, it is true that I can barely talk while playing. To be a little more specific, however, it's more the case that I have trouble forming coherent thoughts that allow me to bounce off myself if it's not just purely about the game I'm playing. In this example, I'm shitting out thoughts about Tobuscus while sweating my crack off in Block Party. It's a lot more difficult to do that than just commentating on what I happen to be doing in the exact moment. Commentary while playing is something I'm trying to get better at, and XDS provided helpful and actionable advice to this problem, unlike Joshua who rolled in with some sort of superiority complex. Admittedly, as per XDS's advice, I have done bullet points in the past. However, that was for a video where I only recorded audio. In other cases, I've done videos where I went in with a clear purpose on what I was gonna say, but even then, I was still a little rambly, and yeah, it's just the skill that I'm trying to build up. In this case, I just opened up OBS, booted up Minecraft, and clicked the record button the instant I loaded it. I had watched like the first 2 minutes of Nomad's Tobuscus video while I was taking a shit. So that information, and what I already knew about Tobuscus, was what I had going in. The video wasn't meant to really be anything of substance, and I wasn't necessarily trying to change the viewer's mind in any sort of meaningful way. Hell, it wasn't even meant to blow up the way it did. The only purpose of that video was to just record a quick session Block Party while I yapped about a washed up YouTuber, and under those criteria, I think I did pretty good. If I were to take a moment to speak candidly for a second though, I'm really glad that this shit-ass video blew up the way it did. It sparked motivation for me to create this video, and if I'm lucky, hopefully one of you lovely folks has watched this far. I'm really, really, really grateful for those that posted their love in the comments. I love all of you, and I hope you're watching this video. And if you aren't one of those people, and you're watching this video, I also love you. I really appreciate you watching this far, and I look forward to making more great content for you guys in the future. I used to post once a day, but as the semester picked up, I slowed down my uploads to weekly in hopes of freeing up time for myself to post higher quality content. But the moment I switched, it became me posting a slot video once a week. However, the support I received in the comments of my last video is the exact fuel I've been needing to get back on the grind. With exams coming up soon, I probably won't have the time to do another edited video like this, But I'll still be posting a video every week, and you can bet your ass that when the summer hits, you guys will be getting some good shit. Anyway, let's get back to these comments. Alright, I've got 2 more negative comments to go over, and then I'll get into the more positive and neutral comments. __412 says, honestly, just end it. Smiling sweaty emoji, laughing emoji, heart emoji. There's not really a lot to talk about with this one. XDS replied, bruh, which I'll take as him defending me. So, thanks XDS. I appreciate it. One other thing I thought was funny is that because of the heart emoji, YouTube thinks that it's a positive comment. So, thanks YouTube. Okay, this is the last negative comment I have. So, let's cover this one and then we can move on to the good shit. Trickstabber8117 says, you're the exact type of person that I would expect to fall for this obvious bait. 15 minutes talking about literally nothing. GG's. So despite this comment being the most grammatically coherent of the ones I've gone over, I can't really understand what it's trying to say. The second part, I absolutely agree with. Yes, I spent 15 minutes waffling about and ultimately going nowhere. But I'm still not quite sure what he's referring to in this first part. My best guess is that he's talking about the thumbnail image, which, in regard to that, I don't particularly feel like I fell for any type of bait. Toby Turner posted an AI photo of himself inside the classic Donald Trump Jeffrey Epstein image. The point I was trying to make in the video is that I don't really think Mr. Turner is of sound mind, and I guess in the best case scenario, it's a form of low effort engagement bait, which, I mean, if you've been following him, he's been doing this for years. Here's a screenshot showing the date and time my friend posted the screenie. So, I had known about this image for a couple days prior to making the video, and I was only inclined to make it because of the Nomad and Chasington videos that were released not long before my own. Here's some comments from the Nomad video. While I was grabbing these, I found out that apparently someone made a video about tobuscus just a week before those two. The point is that I wasn't falling for some sort of elaborate bait by Toby Turner when I made my video. I was just throwing my 2 cents in on a YouTuber I used to watch religiously in my formative years. As I make this video, I still haven't finished Chasington's or Nomad's video, nor Viceroy's now that I know it exists. So I'm still not quite sure if I'm treading on ground they've already covered, but I have known about tobuscus's descent for a while now. This is a screenshot of mine from about a month prior in that same Discord. As you can see, I got 3 fire emojis, so the screening was pretty good. This comment thread is from a video of Toby's where he was baiting out saying the F slur before just dropping it.
La 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 la. What'd you think I was gonna say? Oh, you thought I was gonna say fat.
Here's a comment that I couldn't stop laughing at upon revisiting the video. So was I baited by tobuscus here? Honestly, I don't know. He's a bit of a freak these days, and I think the phrase, you look like you just came out of a 5-day bender, is probably the best way to describe tobuscus now, and it's always fun to talk about those kinds of train wrecks. It's probably safe to say that the only person that got baited is you if you clicked on the video. But, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Alright, now that that's out of the way, let's get into the neutral comments. Or what I consider to be the neutral comments. I don't really know. It's kind of a mixed bag here. Vinny Vin Vince said, holy niche apple cutter 01 reference. My goat Vinny probably has a similar Reels for You page, so thanks bro. Mr. Snrub Source says, the nothing burger situation. Yeah, not much going on here, but I gave it a thumbs up and a heart because it's funny and true. And the last neutral comment I have here is from the Clay Camo with a TF2 PFP, which is always a good sign, saying, oh no, I'm paralyzed. I don't get the reference. I'm gonna assume it's like a TF2 inside joke or something, but looking at his channel, this dude makes TF2 SFM content, so we know he's not fully right in the mind. And that covers the comments that I would deem neutral. They're not necessarily hateful, and not necessarily providing their love either. Just kind of there. Alright. And last but absolutely not least, we get to talk about the positive comments. These guys posted a positive comment on my video, and are honestly the reason I took the time out to make this one. I received 3 whole subscribers from the tobuscus video, exactly double what I originally had, and I assume that those 3 subscribers are the 3 positive comments I received. So, for those guys, this section goes out to you. I saved the goats for last. Zindrik says, I've never seen such a nothing burger of a video. I love you. I love you too, bro. This was the first real positive comment I received on the video, and it absolutely made my day, and probably my week if I were to be honest. It was hard seeing those initial negative comments, but when I saw this one, as well as the Apple Cutter 01 comment, but mainly this one, I started to feel much better about the upload. You don't expect critical comments from random strangers on the internet to bring you down, but damn, seeing them kinda hurt a little. So, Zindrik's comment really helped me move on and recognize who I am and what I'm making videos for. It's like that scene in One Piece where Jinbei asks Luffy what he still has, and Luffy counts down on his fingers his crew. That's how I felt when seeing that comment. Zindrik also commented on another one of my videos, so thank you very much, man. You're the GOAT for real. This next comment is from Shinu_OW, which says, "You tough twin, keep going." And then a bunch of the YouTube emojis. Much like the Zindrik comment, seeing this one really made my day, and I absolutely love the use of the YouTube emojis. They're so criminally underrated, but man, they're so funny. Alright, and the last comment I have for this video is from Alekni, which says, "I'm investing in this." So, thank you very much for your investment, Alekni. I'll try my best not to disappoint you. Alright, that concludes all the comments I received on my tobuscus video. This is a very different style of content than what I've done in the past, but I've had quite a bit of fun working on it. You could probably tell I'm new to this because I'm not that great of a reader, but this is the first scripted video I've ever done, which it was pretty fun. My unfiltered thoughts are often undercooked and need a little more time and care to fully bring to life, and this format of video really helped with that. I hope I didn't come across as too rigid, but I didn't really leave a lot of space for myself, if that makes sense. I don't know. As I said, it's my first time doing something like this, so as I do it more, I'm sure my skills will grow, and eventually I might be able to make a more candid video without a script. But as it stands right now, I just have so much trouble with stumbling over myself that I sort of need one. Anyway, I'll cease my yapping now. If you enjoyed or didn't enjoy the video, please let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'm not quite sure what the future of this channel holds just yet. I've got a few ideas, but nothing really concrete. But whatever I end up doing, I'd be happy to see you guys there. If you're interested in watching a video where I actually put in effort, the end card will link to my VR chat video. It was one of the first videos I uploaded on the channel, and I had a blast making it. It gets pretty intense and ends with me getting groomed, so if that interests you, give it a watch.
So you have phantom sense?
Yeah, a little bit.
So you can feel this?
Yeah. I can kind of feel
you
that.
can feel this.
Whoa. I have a couple other video projects in the works that I haven't really touched, but let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in seeing those. One is a Gmod video where I play on an SCP roleplay server as the character Jeffrey Einstein, who is the smartest man in the world and owns a private island.
Perhaps I could invite you to my island.
Oh.
I've been there, it's very fun.
You'll be treated very well.
Came in with a song. Yeah, I came in with a song.
The other video is me playing through Slenderman the 8 Pages in the Big 2-6. It doesn't seem like there's anything there. Hopefully it's... No. Don't do this to me. Oh, hell no. Dude, he's gonna kill me if I go in there. So, if either of those interest you, let me know. Well, that's all I have for the video. I look forward to reading your comments. And if you like what you saw, please do leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you chat in the next video. Peace.
Thank you for